Hello, it's Kylie from Jigsaw. This is another instructional video just to show you how to make your own scrunchie with bow. It's quite easy and you can hand sew it as I hand sewed this. What we'll do is we'll pop everything that you need on the bottom and the description and then we'll go through it stage by stage together. So that's what it looks like and we'll move on. These are the templates that you'll need. Where it says fold fabric, they are laid across the fabric that is folded over, and that is so that you get actually things that are twice the size of your template and are symmetrical. So take a moment to cut those out. And there are our pattern pieces all cut out. They're not perfect, that's fine, because when you're working with fabric it all ends up quite floppy anyway, so you're not going to notice a tiny bit of wobbliness. We can even that up with our stitching. Okay, the next thing you need to do is pin it. Okay, so we've pinned our pattern pieces together. We needed to make 2 of the bow parts and only 1 of the actual body of the scrunchie. What we've done is we've put right sides together, as in all fabric has a right side, which is this nice velour-y side, and the wrong side. So what we do is we place the pieces with the right sides together, so that once we've sewn around this, we'll turn it inside out and then the right side will be out. What you need to do is just leave a section of it unsewn, so you can turn it right way and then just sew that little bit. Also with the channel for the scrunchie, I've done the same. So this is right sides in and it's pinned along the raw edges. So what you need to do is you need to hand sew or machine sew if you've got one, but it can be done by hand. You just need to sew along there in some sort of running stitch, some sort of simple stitch. You don't have to leave any of this one because you can turn this right way by just sort of fiddling with it until it goes the right way, but I'll do that bit when we get there. So the next bit is to thread your needle and to use either a matching thread if you want it to disappear or a contrasting thread if you want that to be a design feature, and go all the way round, excluding about 1 inch on the bow, and go all the way along the pinned side for the channel. What you'll need as well is you'll need some elastic. So you can either, this one, I used quite thick elastic, I've got a lot of hair, but this one I'm going to use thinner elastic, so you need it to be 8¼ inches. Obviously the size difference between this and this is quite long, but that's what allows this bit to ruffle up. Okay, so I will do a bit of sewing and I'll come back. Hey, so what we've done here is I've sewn round all of it, minus a little gap there, so that I can turn it in the right way. And the same with this. I sewed them really quickly, so quickly I sewed them to my dress. Hopefully you can take a bit more time over that. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn them right side out. So what I'm doing with the bow is just turning it inside out, or the right way out rather. So you can see that's one side. Just going to fiddle with it so we can get the other side out. Okay, so there's your bow portion, right side out. Obviously there still is the little bit where we've turned it, so what we'll do is I will just put a few stitches in there just to close it completely. Okay, so I've turned this right sides out as well, so you can see that's quite long. What I've done with the elastic is I've put a closed safety pin on one end, an open safety pin on the other, and then I will use the done up safety pin to help me move the elastic through this. Obviously the elastic will have to be under tension, so what I will do is I will use the open safety pin to pin it to the end so it doesn't go all the way through, and then use the closed safety pin, which you can feel in there. So what I'm doing now is I'm moving the closed safety pin, which is on the end, and it's getting pulled down into this channel. So I'll keep doing this until it's all the way through, and then I'll come back to you. So what I'm doing here is I'm just using that closed safety pin to pull it through the channel like that. You can see how it's going to be scrunched. So there it is, it comes out the other end. Then undo this one, taking hold of the elastic before you undo it. And then you have your two ends of elastic, which just need to be sewn together with a very small overlap. So I've just put a few stitches just to secure that elastic together, and then I'll use some thread just to put these ends of the fabric together, and also just to close that little bit of the bow. If you tuck one end slightly into the other and then just sew along there, being careful not to catch the elastic as you do. Okay, so here's your finished scrunchy part, and here's your finished bow section. Now the next bit is as easy as tying a knot. So what I tend to do, or what I have been doing, is I've been tying this where the join was. So just, I mean, you can't see it a lot anyway, but this will just guarantee that you definitely can't see it. You just have to put one inside the other. And tie it on. You can make these in any kind of fabric. We've used old clothes as a way of recycling. You can use nice satiny fabrics. Just be aware that the slippier it is, the harder it will be to sew. And there it is, your finished product. If anyone makes any of these, we would love to see what you've been up to. Please get in touch, let us know which videos you've enjoyed, and we'll do more of those sort. Just keep in touch, and everyone take care. Bye.